Good evening and welcome. I'm just sitting here listening to the frogs while I'm waiting for some people to join me and just checking in. Please comment if you can see me. Where am I going to? Just checking in to see if everything is up and running. And it looks like we are, and we should be streaming into, where are we streaming into? Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom and our other, what's our other group? Vibrant Wellness Now. So you could be watching from there. Please say hello if you are. So I can see, can you hear me? We've got a few people joining us tonight, hopefully. And tonight's conversation is all around stepping into your courage and asking people if you feel like you are living with your true purpose in life. Oh, I haven't sent the invitation link. I haven't been doing my true purpose because I have got a few people that I'm supposed to invite to this conversation. So bear with me. And hello, Isabella. Lovely to see you. Yeah, I invited a few people, but I forgot to share the link with them. So they can't join us, can they? Who am I going to? So bear with me and let me know while you're waiting for me to do all this fiddly stuff. Have you used any oils today? And if so, which oils? If not, why not? Who else do I have to send an invitation to? Jess. Sorry, Sarah. I've just sent your invitation now. Ta-da-da. So I just thought I was organised. Who else is coming on? Zita said she will come on tonight. So I just have to send everybody a link. This is quite fiddly these days to get streaming to Facebook, to where else am I sending it to? Sending it to Facebook, sending it to YouTube, sending it to a few areas. So I think that's it. Did I send one to Jess Miller? Yay! So bear with me. I am so sorry, and Sarah is sitting in the background, and here she is.
Oh, how you going, Kay?
I'm good.
Hello.
I wasn't doing the purpose. I hadn't sent you all the links.
But you wanted to steal all the spotlight.
Yes. Well, why not? If it's there to be stolen, why not?
Yeah, that's it.
So welcome. And Zita, I've just sent you a link, darling. And hello, I can see Kate's watching. Isabella is with us, and she sent us a lovely love heart and a beautiful smiley, like thoughtful face. So I don't know whether Jess is coming on with us this evening, but Mel is cooking tea, and she often pops in somewhere along the line. And Zita, come and jump in, absolutely. If anyone would like to join the conversation, I will happily put it in the Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom group, so you can just jump on the link or let me know, and I can send it to you via Messenger if you are my friend on Facebook, because we have friends with lots of benefits in our beautiful Oil Wisdom group. You too can join the conversation with us. And we have Zita coming on in to join us. Hi, Zita. She's not, I don't know whether she can hear us. Yeah, that's better. Whatever you did, you turned something down then. There's a bit of background noise there, maybe. And here comes Mel.
Hello. Yep. Sorry. Can you hear me?
You're right. Yes.
Hello. Hi, Mel.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
So I'm sitting. Can you, everyone good with the sound?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or,
Can you hear me all right, Kay?
Yes, can do. Yes, Zeta. So we are coming from many parts of Australia. So we have Zeta in Victoria at a beautiful little place called Loch Sport, a little place I've fallen in love with. I went to see Zeta and I left my slippers there, so I will have to go back and pick them up one day.
I'm holding them to ransom. I'm not going to post them. You have to come back.
Yeah. So if you were down in the Gippsland area in Victoria, you will find Zeta. So welcome, Zeta. And if you are 40 k's up the road from me in Tasmania, you will see the lovely Sarah who's up there in her beautiful healing space. So welcome, Sarah. And we have the lovely Mel Craven.
Thank you.
Who is from Launceston in Tasmania.
Yay.
So about 2.5 hour drive from me. So delighted to have you all here tonight. Thanks for joining. And I decided that I would I quite like these conversations we've started to talk about. Zeta inspired us with the creating harmony in communities or meaningful relationships the other week, and it really set me on a bit of a journey of creating new conversations that are inspiring in our wisdom group. And some people will be watching on YouTube, hopefully, or if not, one day they might watch us on YouTube when our numbers get up there. Not that that matters. But I've actually got the comments on in the Essential Oil Wisdom group. So maybe one of you, perhaps Mel, you're pretty savvy.
In Victoria. I've actually got the comments.
Oh, yeah, you have to turn. Yeah, that's
turn all
the
that
thing.
down.
You just have to turn it down because that's what happens. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay. So I can see you're seeing. Are you watching from the Vibrant Wellness group?
No, I'm in Kay's Essential Oils.
Do you want me to go over there?
Vibrant Wellness naturally. If you could just check the comments on there, just in case we have people watching there. I'm not sure if it is live in there because when I've done this,
hang on. It says you're live, but it's just you have to click on your little head. It's not coming up as a post. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
in the Vibrant group, it's not in there.
No, you have to click on Kay's.
Yeah, but it's still not in the group though. It just shows that Kay's going like her profile's live, but it's not in that group.
Yeah.
It's not streaming into that one.
We'll see. It should be because I've got little ticks for it to be streaming into. So I'm not quite sure. Something I have to troubleshoot. I can stream into 3 places at once.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, we will press on. We will press on. So, welcome everybody for the second time round or the third time round. Tonight's topic is around: are we on track with our purpose? And that was kind of to me the starting of a conversation starter to see if we could, maybe. You can all give us your thoughts on what that means to you or share your journey. Are you living with your, right foot forward in the direction of your purpose? Is that something that's meaningful to you? If it is, why? And Sarah and I, before I hopped on, we talked about what happens if we're not living with our purpose. And for those people who are watching in the group, please give us some comments because we will love to interact with you as well. So maybe we could start with you, Sarah, because you have had a little bit more time to think about it and we had a bit of a warm-up. So are you living on track with your purpose? And what you said to me earlier was it was just so rewarding to hear what that meant to you and how it made life so much more simpler. So do you want to share? Can you remember what you said or just share something about your purpose and your journey and where you're at?
Yeah. Well, my journey, I've always been a person who has been looking for the right path, I've always been that person who's always like, am I on the right path? Am I on the right path, And I've always thought, oh, what if I'm not on the right path? What if I'm getting it wrong, But I had someone say to me once that, Sarah, there is no right path. There's no path. It's just the path is what you make it, basically. But I guess, if you just follow if you follow your dreams and take inspired action towards your dreams, eventually the path just kind of disappears, and you just don't ask those questions anymore. You just those questions aren't there. They don't. You just enjoy what you're doing, and it's a beautiful thing.
Fantastic. So, what sort of things are you doing on your path that is working with your purpose? What do you do on your not on your journey? I think it's more a journey, I suppose, than a path. I like the idea that it's not necessarily a path, because to me it could be like lots of paths, couldn't it? Or lots of options, or lots of directions.
There are a lot of.
And so, do you want to share what you're doing that feels purposeful to you?
I guess, I really enjoy helping people. I get a kick out of really encouraging people to be the best that they can, and helping people through their struggles. Not necessarily telling them what they need to do, but just having them, I guess, just sitting with them and letting them say what they need to say and asking them some questions. And they eventually come to the right conclusion about what they need to do from them, because the answer is inside them. It's not, the answer is inside other people, inside yourself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to help people with sound, coaching, guidance, and Reiki as well. And in everyday life, helping people. They're on the side of the road and they're struggling, give them a hand. Yeah.
You'd be a good person to live next door to on the side of the road then, wouldn't you?
Actually, I don't know any of my neighbours, though. Funnily enough, I never see them.
Yeah, your neighbours. Yeah.
I see them. They're very quiet. I think they dread us because we make so much noise.
If there was one tip that you had for people about living life for your purpose, or on purpose, on the track of purpose, what advice might you give somebody?
Just to follow your heart, Basically just follow your heart, and it'll guide you the way that you need to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So thanks, Sarah. And this is a conversation. Zeta and Mel, just jump in if you feel led or whatever. And in the comments, if anyone's got something to say, let's know. I'm going to ask Zeta, how do you feel about being on track with your purpose, darling? Where are you at on your journey there? And is it something you aspire to or take action on?
Very interesting and very timely topic to come up, because I feel like I'm deeper in my purpose than ever before. And it's always a work in progress. There's always like a shift of focus or a moment of pivoting, and a lot, like totally what Sarah was saying. And I think that being on purpose is something that people can fluff right up, and make it sound like it's so out of reach and that you're not doing it and things like that. But the truth is that we are doing our purpose in every moment of every day. And it's about being able to be present with that, because when you are, you can consciously make the choices to steer the ship and navigate and have your say in the purpose and the path that you're traveling on. And I think people can make it such a big hoo-ha. Maybe it's a sales pitch, maybe it's, trying to entice people into a course or something, which is probably really wonderful, and I'm not knocking that stuff at all. But I think when things like manifesting or your purpose and stuff get passed down in nowadays, especially on social media and reels, it gets dressed up to be made to sound like it's something you don't have, but you do. Yes. You absolutely do. And when it's pitched to you like that, and if you're quite vulnerable or you start to open your consciousness up and things like that, it can be a traumatic experience and many, many, many years wasted thinking you're not on your path when you are. And when you realise that and get into yourself and discover that, you can go, oh my God, I've just wasted so much time thinking that, because you always, in the end, no matter what you do, you always end up returning into yourself anyway. So you can do that course, you can do that healing session, you can either be the practitioner or the student or the person receiving it. But at the end of the day, it's about returning back into yourself and being able to sit comfortably in there. And you know me, Kay, always have a deep conversation. I don't know how to do it live. And then living in your purpose is definitely like what Sarah's saying, like following your heart. And also the joy, the spark. Let that lead you the way, but know the difference between that and something tempting. And there's things there you can fracture apart to stay on track. And I think it can be like as simple as having just a really tiny little daily practice, like in the morning. You just ask yourself, who am I? And just close your eyes and say, who am I 7 times or something, and then do 7 rounds of 7 breathing or something like that. That could just be your life purpose, and it will also keep you on track and keep you on the conscious path. And just realise that, if it is listening to your heart and following your joy, maybe your life purpose is just having a cup of tea out of your favourite cup because it's joyful.
Yeah, I love my cup.
Yeah, so and I love this cup. I love Australian wildflowers, and you just go, just conscious acknowledgement, go, I am on track, I am on purpose. And the piece of advice I would give to anyone would be is that you haven't stuffed it up, like you're not wrong. That can be a hard pill to swallow, especially when you're vulnerable or confused. But when you learn to trust in yourself and stuff, you just, surrender to what is, where are you, what's around you, what are you feeling, what's happening with that. And you're just not wrong. It's just about, I think, having purposeful consciousness in moments. And also not taking it too seriously, like make sure it's fun and loving and it's a joyful thing full of vitality for you to do, and not going, oh no, I'm not on my thing. Just go, hey, cool, I know this practice because you're a ripper and you've got some tools under your belt. Let's throw some of them out there and have a crack and let's see what happens, I
like that. You've kind of demystified the idea that you have to be a big player out in the world.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be. There's different aspects to being in your life on your purpose.
Yeah, because I think people pitch it in such a way, but realistically, they're unattainable states to be in. And I'm not knocking the industries and stuff because, like, we're in it, right? And it's also beautiful and purposeful and stuff. And that's how you get. When you feel like you've got FOMO or missing something, you'll go there to discover something and get curious. And that is like sometimes you need to pitch something to people that they feel like they don't have it to get them over the line to experience something wonderful with you. I understand all of that as well. Yeah, but I think it's in your everyday life and your everyday doing. And just, kids, for the parents that are in here, we know more than anything they'll bring us back to your purpose. If you're out of body or whatever, or you're trying really hard to deliberately do something over here, they're like, Mom, and you have to come into the moment, right? They're like little beacons for it. There's just no other way. It's just so they will pull you back into your body even if you don't want to be in it. That's
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And go on. You go.
No, that's all right. You go.
I just think when you're a mum with young children around, that is part of your purpose, to give those children what they need while they can, and we often don't necessarily maybe acknowledge or necessarily even value ourselves for the role we play as a mother or as a full-time carer or even
absolutely.
it's one of the
Hey, and I think that is due to, again, like an unattainable standard of living, like, because self-care is pitched to mums hardcore, and it's not often realistic. You see the ads with everyone's dressed in white in the family and the house is so clean and the mum's baked and there's no crumbs on the counter. No one lives like that, and it's not attainable. But you think that you have to have this standard like that, but no one can maintain that like that, and also going on retreats and being child-free and all that stuff. It's not always attainable for people. And yes, you do great work and you do changes and stuff in that, and it's awesome to make space for yourself, and it's awesome when you can manifest that and get it all to align and shift, and especially if it's something that you value that is on purpose for you, you and the universe go boom and it'll happen, right? But if you're going for places for great change, you need to have it integrated, and that, because you can be somewhere and you can come home and then lose it again. And I think if you do it all, think of it all as a wholeness.
Yes.
Rather than I have to go and do this separately and then struggle to integrate it. Just look at what you can integrate now.
Yes. It seems like acceptance is a very and I was thinking about that when I was listening to Sarah. I thought, for me, the word acceptance about where you're at is also maybe part of the purpose of the practice of living your purpose. To accept,
that's how you pivot. That's how you change, pivot, and have a say. And also feel inspired and all the good juju as well. And I think, I think the one thing, if people could teach each other in community and society about living on purpose, is how to hold space for yourself and sit in your emotion no matter what it is, and just accept and surrender in what that is. And then, because I think a whole bunch of us will be on point and connected to our purpose, absolutely, like a plague, in a good way. And it's just maybe the new norm, people just having that ability integrated back into community, which is like sacred tribal energy, right? Like how to do that for yourself, and then how to do, and then hold that with people like around you as well.
I like that.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
So there's a segue for you, Mel. Where are you at with all of this?
With everything that you've both just said, Sarah and Zita, because for me, when you said what's the purpose, I'm like, it's just to be.
Yeah, good.
Really. Yeah. As I think we're all on the same wavelength. We're part of nature, and nature just is. Yet we think we have to achieve, do, create, but just being is our purpose. And then to be present and to keep just accepting where we are. We'll say everything you both said. Yeah. Whose TV is going crappy?
Yeah, Zita, is that your TV?
Sorry. It's my son on his touchpad, and he's on the charger right next to me. So I'll put it on mute and I'll get him to move.
Thank you.
That's okay. Well, see, it's being present with whatever's going on. And also, it's to be in relationship. So not just as a mother, but as a partner, as a friend, whatever role you're in, just being in that. and that's not always being alone. But then when it is, that's my purpose, is just to be in connection with spirit, with the universe.
Yes.
So I find, I think when I was younger, I was the same as Sarah. Like, what's my path? What am I going to be? I was like, am I going to be a policewoman? That was my purpose for a while. And then I was like, no, I'm going to be a chaplain in the army. Don't know why I'm attracted to military stuff. It's so not me. Anyway, and then I've come to this point at, what am I now, 52, where I'm like, my purpose is just to be in the messy, crazy chaos and just to be a human being instead of trying to prove what I can do all the time. But in that, discovering that my purpose is being, I've found more freedom to actually do what I love.
I love that. What do you love?
Oh, I love smelling flowers, taking pictures of them. I love doing energy work. So, I think we're all helpers here and Reiki practitioners, and we love all that stuff. So that's what I'm drawn to as well. But I also love nature, and maybe I don't want to go and run a workshop or get another degree. I want to just go bushwalk and sit in the bush, and that's just as valid. So if that makes sense. I think the striving to do things and achieve things is starting to slow down, and that feels better, even though I'm currently working on getting my accreditation for something and madly writing practice standards during the day. So that still goes on, but it's not as important as and if I don't get what I'm setting out to get, then I'm not going to be devastated in a way that I might have been when I was younger, because I'm just going with the flow and being what I can be and being directed by what shows up.
Yeah.
As well as manifesting all the amazing things I really, really, really want to do. So it's a bit of a balance, isn't it? It's a bit of a mix.
It is. And it feels like we've all been around long enough to know that, that connection with ourselves, like through the heart, is what Sarah was saying, through the acceptance and the fun. You're all talking similar wavelengths, as you were, or wavelengths or similar heart connections with how we perceive what our purpose is. And that really excites me to think that. Can any of you answer, have you always felt in that groove that you were on purpose? Was there something, a catalyst that happened in your life that knocked on your door to help you to reshape, rethink, or pivot into stepping into the journeys that you're on?
There's been a few slaps by reality, slapping me back onto a path. Were you going to say something, Sarah?
Yeah, I suppose as Kay knows, my catalyst was probably back in 2018. I had my drink spiked, and it just changed. My whole life just changed.
Did you say your drink spiked?
Yeah. So I had my drink spiked in a room full of people who I knew. It caused a lot of trust issues. I just realized that I wasn't in the right place. My life was not right. And my life just did a total 180 to where I am now. Like, I was totally different back then. I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys talking on camera. That's for sure.
Yes.
I drank a lot. I was just a very different person to what I am now. Very different person. Yeah. And I was very disconnected. Very disconnected. Yeah. And now, like through my whole experience, I've just found that life just gets better and better and better. It just moves up. It's amazing. It's just, yeah. And a lot of that is what you said, Mel. It's not about doing. It's more about just sitting back sometimes and letting things come to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? It's kind of a what do you call it? An oxymoron. Like, you think to get things you need to do more, but it's when you surrender that often the magic happens. Yeah. Or when you're slapped off off your path. I think COVID was my latest derailment, which ended up being just, a nice big, what do you call it? Plot twist.
Yes.
You're now going on a different part of your life. Yeah. But it's all, every time I feel like there's a loss, it ends up being something that directs me onto more of my purpose, I guess. If my purpose is to be here, being called to the places I'm meant to be, to do the things I'm meant to do. I know that's vague, but yeah. So like when my sister got sick and died, that was a big reality check. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and died within 7 months. That was just 2 years ago, my baby sister. Yes. So I think when there's loss like that, everything else takes on a different color and a different meaning, and things rise to the top that are more important, and other things kind of drop away. So that was a huge redirection for me. I'm still doing what I've always done, but it just made some things feel more important. And one of those things was to be here now, just to love this body and this chance to be here on earth, alive and breathing, and to love the people around me.
So gratitude, is that something that is something we might find important to really be considering if we're thinking of being on purpose? And I love the idea that yes, you're in your body. We've talked about acceptance, we've talked about hard knocks, and being in the moment. Sort of some of the key things we've all been sharing here. So is there anyone in I think we do have some people watching, so let's know if you've got something to share about that. Has anyone got some clues if you were feeling not on that path of or in that place where you want to be? Here we've got a lovely long comment. I'll read that in a minute. Some clues for getting back on track. What if we felt like we were falling off the rails? Maybe is there, Zita
so
was
like
talking.
How to identify if you are kind of off track?
Oh, yeah, that's part of it, yes. And then, but I'm also thinking if you know you're not on track, what would you do to shift gears or to make the change? I'll let you think about that for a minute. I'm going to read Isabella's comment because not everyone can see that. Currently feeling super aligned with my purpose on my social work journey. Something I've learned is to welcome opportunities that present themselves and being open to your path or purpose changing through your life. 4 years ago, I would never imagine myself to be where I am now. Love what Mel has said about finding purpose in just being. As much as I am feeling aligned in what I'm achieving, I'm also reminded from time to time to slow down and just be. I see our lives as multi-storied and having many purposes. That's beautiful. I love that.
Yes. That is beautiful.
Thanks for sharing that, Isabella. I had a little chat to Isabella today, so it was nice it's great to have you with us. So
is that Izzy Isabella?
Oh, I don't
know. Other day?
Isabella Anderson. You work somewhere where she's doing her work placement.
Yes, it is Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy. I love that. My mum was Isabel, actually my grandmother was Bella, and my mum was Isobel. But yes, we called her Izzy. Yeah.
Izzy. So nice you're here.
Yeah.
Hello again.
Yeah. So yeah, what was I asking? Let's get back onto that. Yeah, how do you know if you're not on? How do you know if you're not on your track? And what would you do? Any comments there from anyone?
From the panel of experts.
I think when you're feeling out of balance in any way, shape, or form, or in states of distress of any kind, I think that's the sign that you're just not connected to it. Like you're still on purpose because there's something to learn in what you're going through and things that's really valuable and can bring in gratitude and things like that. I think that that's your cue to go, all right, I need to just stop whatever I'm holding, stop, drop it, and probably after that go and sit on the lawn, look at the sky, go in nature, go for a walk, have a drink of water, and just keep it simple, I think, and just because I think when we're in those states and we feel off track or away from our purpose, it's because we're avoidant in something. We're trying to avoid something, or we're trying to achieve something that's not working out because we want to avoid feeling this, doing this, whatnot. But if we allow ourselves just to drop it and gather, then we might come into that space where we're not avoiding it, and then the medicine comes out and you bring it into the light and it becomes more useful to you than harmful to those beautiful cells in our body.
Yes, I love that idea of simplicity. Cinnamon says, hi, Cinnamon, out of balance for me shows up as low energy.
I can relate to that. Or it shows up as feeling overwhelmed. Either really flat, like Cinnamon, I can relate to that, or just kind of overwhelmed and not able to concentrate on anything, and often swearing a lot for no reason. That's always a good sign that I'm not aligned.
Yeah. So what do you reach for, Mel? What are some of your go-tos? I think you've already mentioned.
Wow. Is this where I say, because this is true, my essential oils?
Oh, yes.
Same.
Because I do. Yeah, guilty. Yeah. I reach for things that help regulate my nervous system, number one. Yeah. So that's something that makes me feel just a little bit better. So it might be, and often is, having a nice deep breath and rubbing a beautiful oil on my hands and, breathing that in, or giving my feet a little massage. Or it could be walking out and standing barefoot on the grass, going for a walk downtown and just paying attention to the blossoms. Like, I'm a real flower lover, so I walk around looking for flowers to chat to and trees. Oh, today what made me feel better was I walked down to the park and I saw my son sitting with all the pigeons. And he's like 17, and there he was sitting under a tree with all the pigeons of Princess Square, feeding them bits of brownie. They were running around with bits of brownie in their beaks. Yeah, so just reaching for something. And sometimes it could be just doing a bit of a crazy dance with my son, just like, just reaching for something to shift my energy.
Yes. Perfect. Yes. I love the idea of moving, when I'm pent up, or if you stop for a moment and tune in to yourself and you realize you can be uptight, you haven't breathed, your body tenses up. So that thing of, just letting all that energy out, or doing some of our beautiful laughter yoga. We haven't done that for a while, have we?
Oh, I did it on a retreat on the weekend, and we had the best laughs, and it just reminded me how good it is just to be with people and laugh.
Yes.
And we fake it till we make it, but it always ends up in contagious laughter.
Yes. Raucous laughter.
Yes. Yeah.
So which oil would you grab for? Who would like to suggest what oil you might grab? Do you have favourites or
Mm.
a good standby, or do you like to just pick something different? No, Leslie says she listens to music. Cinnamon says,
Yes.
ha, I swear on the way back to centre.
Yeah.
Ones that bring me back is definitely like frankincense.
Yes.
Yeah, frankincense.
Probably the blend bloom as well.
I haven't tried
that's
that.
Yeah. And I'm enjoying tranquil a lot now because it's kind of it's like kind of a dense thing, but in a nice way because it's kind of sweet but not too sweet. You know, like it's really pleasant, and I'm enjoying going, hello, tranquil, and putting that on. I think that's been pretty good. I'll chop and change, but I think maybe like woody, earthy kind of type ones tend to bring me back. Like frankincense is like it's like having wasabi in the NG.
Frankincense is like wasabi.
Yeah,
I never heard that.
Yeah, well, it's the only one where you just go, whoa, you've smelt frankincense, right?
Yeah,
it's like woody and all of that. It's just, it just is, and it's quite powerful and quite strong. It's like, to me, it's like one of the strongest oils. And so it's like you get that woo kind of thing in the energy. Like you're not necessarily saying that, but it's like when you put it into your field, it's like boom, like it's present very quickly. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cinnamon said she loves rose geranium. They're two of my favorites.
Geranium's really good too, I reckon, to bring you back into something. But I'm someone that gets I'm quite avoidant or gets really distracted and all of that stuff. If I just smell oils, it helps me stop. Like, because Kay's been here and seen I've got a little stand not far from where you walk in. So when I walk past it, I just grab one and go, come on, like to help me get back into my body and my brain and my thoughts, and just to slow down and take a moment. That I think that's pretty good self-care.
Yes.
You can practically use any oil to bring you back into your senses in your body.
Yes. Just that. That's go. Yes, go.
Oh, Sacred Mountain I like too.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that is me back.
It's supposed to be very, very empowering, so that you have the strength of a mountain, and sometimes we haven't got that inner strength within us, and we do need. To me, they're like our tools for, like, we oil a car up, or we change the oil in the car, or we put petrol in the car or water in the car, and what are we doing to top our own wells up? And sometimes I jokingly say I run on oils, and I find literally I run on oils. People might say, oh my God, you look fantastic. They haven't seen me for a couple of years, and they, God, look at you, you're amazing. Or sometimes you'll get this, God, you're glowing, and I just go, well, it's the oils. Does anyone else?
Yeah. I practically I notice this about myself. Whenever I feel stressed or a little bit off center, I go to my oil bar, which is in my bedroom. Yeah, or I reach in my pocket or my bag. I've always got an oil.
I've always got a few hundred in my pocket or my bag. I'm like, I pull stuff out. People are like, what are you doing? And I pull out about 20 oils and I go smell them while I'm trying to find my pen, or something like that. I generally will have all of mine are pretty much out in one space. So I'll walk past and I'll go, what am I drawn to? Because I believe your body knows everything, and then it'll give you the response to something, and then I'll pick the oil that way. But it's generally something kind of earthy, woody, or strong. Not always sweet or anything like that. But rather than just have a go-to one. But I've got a core group, that's for sure. But if they're all out, you do that practice, and
Often at our Young Living conferences, the the question will be to the speaker on the stage, what's your favourite oil? And I don't know how people can just name one oil. I find that very challenging. Or they say
it would change.
if you could only have one oil, you're heading to a desert island and you could only take one oil with you, what would you take? And to be honest, I never know which answer I would use.
I think mine would be frankincense.
I was going to say frankincense would have to be it, because that's good for healing, you know. Yeah. Or lavender. Yeah.
Yeah, I put lavender on my finger the other night. I was cooking dinner. I was like, whoa, and it was an oily type burn. I was like, whoa, and then so I found the lavender, I put it on, and I was just rubbing it on, and I put more on my finger to put more on, and just as I was putting the second bit on, I could feel the surge of the pain. The pain just went boom, like out. And I was like, oh, and it hasn't even blistered like at all. You can't even like really see it. It's just on.
Yes, I can see where you've done it
here, kind of thing.
Yes,
like along there, and it didn't even blister.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It was really cool to feel that surge of pain just go. It was just it was like boom, like that, and I was like, whoa, okay. And Mum and my other guest was here. And they were like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. Back to the kitchen. It was, it was probably like a little bit tender to touch the skin kind of thing. But that, you know, when you burn yourself, you get that constant feeling and you have to keep cooling it all the time. None of that.
That was gone. Yeah. My partner's a paramedic, and he was just telling me about a study where they researched lavender, and it was shown to be far better than in any of the other burns dressings in this research.
Yeah, I believe that. I would totally believe that. Yeah, like my son burnt himself on the fireplace, and because he has a bit of like regulation stuff going on, like autism and ADHD and things like that, he was really dysregulated, and I had to get him to trust me to even look at it. But once I did, I just kept putting the lavender on, and I also got his sleepy eyes roller because it's got the lavender in it and the metal ball. It's always cold. And so then he could do that himself after a while. And and then like I reckon within a few minutes he goes, hey, Mum, and his tears are still wet on his cheeks. He goes, you're right, I am okay, after carrying on, you know, and screaming the house down and not letting me trust you. And I was like, just please, I do know. And he was right, and he never got a blister or anything. It was off the top of the fireplace. He was just testing, like being curious as a kid, I guess. And then, it was fine. Then you can't even tell where it was or anything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, I love that story. That's so beautiful. Isn't it wonderful that it reminds me of my grandson who something had happened to him, and he'd hurt himself. I don't know, he hurts himself all the time, but I went round there. That's right, he'd run through a fire. There was he and his sister were playing, and they had a fire going, and the smoke was quite thick, and she was chasing him or something, and he couldn't see, didn't realise, and he ran through the fire, and he had literally had burns on his hands and legs and all over the place. And I went round to see him, and he said, Ginny said, he asked if Nan would have something to fix, you know, an oil that would help. And now when I go round there, actually I took the Lavaderm, the after sun spray, I think, and we sprayed that on, and he just loved it. And it's so good because he has this confidence now of Nan will have an oil for that. So it's just so good for those children to know that there is a way to deal with things and with our beautiful oils. Well, ladies, we have thanks very much for this rich conversation. I don't know with anybody. I wasn't planning to do readings tonight, but if anyone would like a card, let me know, and we can finish off with a few cards. Or has anyone else got anything to add to the conversation of what's your takeaway? Anyone got a takeaway? Something that struck a chord in what we've spoken about just while we're waiting, just in case someone would like a card?
I reckon my takeaway from tonight is that it's just a really good reminder that you're not alone in your mindset. And things like that. Sometimes you can feel a bit scared to share or speak and things like that, because you think you might be a little bit like out on the outer in whichever way that presents for you. And it's nice to go, oh yeah, so other people do think the same way, and you feel that connectedness and the safety, and just maybe even the purpose, isn't it? Like, it brings you back. You go, okay, my purpose is a thing.
Yes. Well, that's
and it's there. Thing. Yeah, yes. People are in it, with it, want it, need it, like connected. Yeah.
Awesome. So thanks for that, Zita. Isabella says her takeaway is to get some frankincense. That's a good idea.
Yes.
I was suggesting to Isabella she might like the premium bundle. So would any of you agree?
Yes, because frankincense, being one of the really amazing oils, you're going to be paying quite a bit to get that. So you might as well get the whole kit. It's a bargain.
Yes.
For not much more. And a diffuser.
And a diffuser.
No, but once you start, Izzy, you'll just want to keep going.
It's so hard to not make it sound like a sales pitch, though, isn't it? Because I'm sure you'll agree, though, once you get your money together and you do get a starter bundle, because you've got all the different oils in there, you just expand, and then you literally go, oh my God, I can't even imagine how I lived without them, and things like that. And like a friend of mine, Sophia, joined a few months ago, and we went for a walk before I moved here, and she was like, she goes, oh my God, I can't, remember life. I said, I know, right? I said, but it's so hard to talk about it because people think, oh, you're just trying to like pitch me a bundle, which, but like it's a thing.
Only because it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense.
Absolutely, because you know how good it is on the other side. And like I say to Kay, and nearly every time I'm on with Kay, I literally, if I didn't get the bundle, I'd still be using tea tree, eucalyptus, and lavender pretty much. And that's it. That's it, right? And now it's just so much more, and there's parts of my life I connect to and do other things like because of it, and stuff with my son. And you get the diffuser, and then you get to do that and put them on and just use them. And even if you're not too sure about the hertz and the frequency of things and the oils have and what they do on a cellular level to your body and all of that stuff, perhaps you can just break it down to like choosing a smell you like that day, and it's a moment that negativity didn't get, and that you had joy and you smelt it, and then there's that effect in your body, and the cells like go with that. That's maybe a bit more tangible for some people and a bit more relatable, but like it's just a bit of self-care, a bit of nurturing, and a bit of joy, a bit of fun, a bit of curiosity, a bit of creativity too, So I think getting the bundles is so worth it. Like I'm so different now. I'm so different to like nearly 3 years ago when I met Kay. Like so different. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I've just pulled a card for Cinnamon, and I'm just going to...
Oh, no way. There's a sign there.
There's a sign there, Cinnamon. Frankincense. And it's the words on this card are protected and vulnerable. I'm protected by the fragrance of love and light. Now, so that is just, just so beautiful. So, Cinnamon, get your frankincense out. When I put frankincense on, I've sort of got a set of affirmations that I tune into when I use the oils in the premium bundle. And with frankincense, it is, I am strong, I am worthy, I am powerful. And to me, it is that oil that makes you, it just gives you that self, that beautiful ability to feel good about yourself, really. It helps with negative thoughts, negative language, and it's a good oil for meditation or connecting with Source, God, Creator, or the Great Spirit. So it is a beautiful oil for sure. And Leslie would like a card, and then Isabella. I love that. I'm working on that. Oh, good on you, Cinnamon. Do you know Cinnamon, Mel?
Yes.
Yes.
Cinnamon and I went skydiving many years ago.
Oh my gosh. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you might know her.
And we worked together. Yeah, I love Cinnamon.
Right. Awesome. All right. Now, this is Leslie. Now, no one will know Leslie in person because Leslie lives in Scotland, and we've got nutmeg for you, Leslie. Revitalized or conquered? So when you are feeling conquered, nutmeg will help you give you that get up and go. Now, in light of being on track or being in our purpose or being in our meaningful selves, we don't want to feel conquered. We want to feel revitalized. And nutmeg, it says, I am revitalized by my inner flame. Nutmeg is good for the adrenals. It's a good get up and go oil. And a nice oil to cook with as well. So that one is your message, Leslie. Isabella would like a card. Let's know what you think about that, Leslie, if you're up for that. And Isabella, let's see. And she can't get frankincense because I take the cards out of the pack when I pull the card. So
should put it back in and see if it comes up again.
Yeah, I could have. I like variety is the spice of life. So cedarwood for you, Isabella. And cedarwood is a really, really very empowering oil. It's a great oil if you need a good night's sleep. It's a good brain oil, and it's to support your courage and stepping away from being too cautious. So if you're feeling really cautious about things and maybe a little on edge, cedarwood it's a tree oil, and the tree oils always help us. You think of a tree; it's got the roots in the ground. It's got that, a good stem, stalk, trunk, and then whatever's happening at the top is a beautiful canopy at the top. So cedarwood is going to work to help you stand tall and feel courageous in your journey of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I use cedarwood every night in my son's diffuser.
Very nice. So very good either on the ends of your thumbs or anywhere around your head, particularly at night, or the big toe is the brain.
Yeah, it helps with melatonin production, doesn't it?
Yes, cedarwood, it helps your body. Well, it helps your body release or make melatonin. Make melatonin.
Hey, while we've got all these Launceston people watching, can I plug my oil party?
Yes,
maybe Cinnamon and Northwest people. Yeah, everyone. The whole of Tassie's invited to my place.
And Scotland.
And Scotland, fly over. We can Zoom you in. Yes, on the 13th of October, Sunday afternoon, we're going to have a Raise Your Vibration oil party where we will make 3 products. So you just pay the door entry and then get your beautiful 3 products. It's going to be an aura spray, a foot soak, or we're even thinking maybe a magnesium foot spray, and what was the third one? A roller. Was it going to be a roller? Yes. A special roller oil. So you can come and see all the different oils, smell them, and then mix a few together and take away some wonderful products. Yeah.
Sounds fantastic. And actually the day before, Sarah, do you want to plug what we're doing at my place on the Saturday?
Yes.
At the 12th of October.
Parents. Yeah, all parents are welcome, or anybody's welcome, just to come and have a look at how you can use essential oils with your family, basically, with your children. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Kay, I can't remember what time it starts.
I think we did. So 1:30 in the afternoon.
That's right. Yeah.
So that is at Sisters Beach. So we'll be Sisters Beach one side of the state on the Saturday, and on the Sunday we will be in Launceston.
Oh, we'll be busy.
I won't be able to make Launceston. Sorry, Mel.
That's okay. We'll do it again. We'll do it again because I know it's a busy time.
On Saturday.
Okay.
And Cinnamon said, I saw your offer, Mel, but I have a work commitment.
Yes.
So
that's okay. You're excused.
You're excused.
You can come around anytime, Cinnamon.
Exactly. There you go. Well, now there's an offer. Beautiful.
Come and have a cup of tea in my garden.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to exploring your garden. So, all right. Well, I think is there any of you want a card before we go, or anyone else? Last call for a card. And
I will. I'll have a card.
Zeta will.
Yeah.
Zeta's always up for a card. You know, Zeta, I often wonder what's happening at Lock Sport every day.
I owe you a phone call. Trust me.
Oh, is there some things to share?
Yep, put the kettle on.
Zeta lives in a beautiful little town. It reminds me of when a Home and Away or something, right?
Literally.
Everybody knows everyone, and literally.
It's Home and Away and Neighbours and more.
Yeah. Except it's Lock Sport.
Days of Lock Sport.
Yeah, Days of Lock Sport. Okay, and you've got sisters. Oh, this is. I love this one. The two words are restored and shocked, which was probably what you just moving to Lock Sport. You need some sisters, I reckon. Every experience is a great teacher.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
I'm certainly getting taught at the moment.
And cistus is actually one of the herbs that is in rescue remedy. And
that's one of the biblical oils, isn't it?
Yes, it is too.
Is it a blend or is it in blend?
No, it's a single.
It's
rock rose. It's a herb. You can just look up rock rose, and rock rose is like it's sort of a woody plant, and it has these delicate flowers that come out, and I think they only last a day, and they're just very delicate. So just Google it and have a bit of a look. But it's in the rescue remedy drops as a flower, one of the flowers.
It's in Egyptian gold too, isn't it? It's
could well be.
So. What I'm using at the moment, it's amazing.
Yes. A nice
beautiful.
Heavy juice. Yes.
Reminds me of the Middle East.
Yeah, I bet it does. And Cinnamon says, thanks for all the positivity, women, love and light and oily goodness. You are more than welcome. Yes. So we're on the hour. We're over the hour. I think we might leave it there, unless any of you were going to say I want a card, but I don't like to keep you any longer.
That's okay. I better get back to the fam.
Okay, darling. All right. Well, thank you for joining, and thanks to everybody out there. If you are watching the replay and you haven't got yourself any oils yet, and you know any one of these beautiful, lovely women, reach out to any of us, and we will certainly be more than happy to help you get started with your essential oil journey, so that you too can experience some of the luscious things that we know are just part of our everyday life these days. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. See ya.